Yeah, he didn't have a place to park it evidently. He lives in Hot Springs. No, Tracy at work. She'll ask him. You got a minute?
Hey, we got one.
But she was.
Everybody.
30. You're awesome. Hey, Luke gets the award today. For you being
Yeah,
here.
I was here. I only got beat by Bill.
Okay, it's 3:30. Let's call this meeting to order. We'll start with the roll call.
Frank Baptist, Steve Brown, Allison Birch, Bill Eldridge,
Here.
Elgin Hamner, Luke Moody, and Greg Shin.
Okay, we have a quorum. So the first thing we'll move on to is as we went through our training on the Freedom of Information Act, we need to have a roll call on to affirm the statement. You say yes, no, to not affirm. But the statement is, I affirm that I have not engaged in any prohibited discussion, deliberation, or polling regarding any item on this meeting agenda outside of properly noticed and open meeting in compliance with the Arkansas Freedom of Information Act as amended by Act 505 of 2025. And I will say yes to affirm for me, Amy.
Okay, Frank Baptist, Steve Brown, Allison, Bill Eldridge,
Yes.
Elgin Hamner, Luke, and Greg. Thank you.
Okay, thank y'all. Okay, we'll move on next to the minutes from the July meeting.
Make a motion to accept.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? Second, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we'll move on now to the financial reports from Jordan and Mandy.
Okay.
Jordan?
All right, you should have before you the statement of assets, liabilities, and equity as of July 31st, 2025. See those four accounts that I have the responsibility of reconciling. They total $1,877,831.93. They owe to the Department of Finance $352 for sales tax for the month. You turn to the next page, you'll see the A&P's monthly P&L for the month of July. Total revenue of $21,330.93. Expenses of $15,828.30 for a net income of $5,502.63, roughly $2,200 under budget. And that's largely due to the pickup of the sharing of labor expenses you see there, 4 or 5 lines down on the expenses. You turn to the next page, you'll see the A&P's P&L for the 7 months ending July 31st. Total revenue collected of $131,408.70. You see that's right on budget. And then total expenses of $87,233.82. And that's $10,000 under budget to the good. A net income of $44,174.88, just over $10,000 ahead of budget. You look to the next page, you'll find the event centers P&L for the month of July. Total revenue of $63,004.98. Operating expenses of $42,207.04. And then capital expenditures of $3,553.80 for a net income of $17,244, which is roughly $1,200 ahead of budget for the month. And you see the transfer out to the BEC savings of $10,000 and the transfer from the BEC savings of $3,553.80, essentially reimbursing the operating account for the capital expenditures. Turn to the next page, you'll see the event centers P&L for the 7 months ending July 31st. Total revenue of $451,687.51. That's $26,000 ahead of budget. Total operating expenses of $281,291.40. That's $33,000 ahead of budget. Then you see the various capital expenditures totaling $63,821.37. It's $7,000 behind budget, let's call it, by being over the budgeted amount. But still a net income for that 7-month period of $106,574.74, which is a good deal above budget, $52,000. Then you see below that, just for information, we've made 6 monthly transfers starting in the month of February of $10,000 apiece out to the savings account. And then from the savings account, the operating accounts received $63,821.37, again replenishing the funds for those various capital expenditures. And then lastly, you see the focus group's P&L for the month of July. It received $23,169.25. That's right there as expected per the budget. And then the last page of this particular part of the report, you see the 7 months P&L for the focus group. It has received $143,069.65, bought itself some checks for $11.10, paid out one installment for the soccer complex of $50,000 for a net income of $93,058.55. And it's ahead of budget, but largely because of the timing of the second installment for the soccer. Would you like me to go ahead and move on to Mandy's share of the
You
report?
have Mandy's part?
Yep.
Any questions on that part for Jordan? Okay, let's move on to Mandy's report.
All right, see what I can do here. You see the various bank accounts, the A&P Collections General Account, where things flow through at first and then dispersed to various accounts. You see the percentages there. It ended with $13,504.81. 50% of collections went to the large project checking account, which ended with $2,201,669.38. 20% of the collections go to small project checking. Its balance totaled $1,524,578.60. 10% goes to the A&P General Operating Checking Account. It totaled $172,268.05. 10% goes to the Benton Focus Group Checking Account. Its balance was $750,573.46. And then the final percentage, the 10% remaining, goes to the Event Center's operating account. Its balance was $546,958.45. And you see the balance of the savings account of $409,753.72. And just something, those are the balances. If you compare those figures to my report's a reconciled balance that's got checks that have not yet cleared, deposits that have not yet cleared, and so that's strictly right off the bank statement. If you or a member of the public wanted to compare and you see there's a difference, there's a strict statement balance versus a reconciled balance, if you ever want to be bored to tears about our accounting jargon. All right, you turn to the next page and you see the collections report. So coming in cold, I'll walk with you through that. You see the June collections in July totaled $210,182.82. A pretty high water mark there for the year so far. You compare that to the 2024 collections, that's 10.4% increase. And I've received no notes about delinquencies, so I'm no help.
I think that's good, Jordan. Any questions for Jordan on that part? And we have a motion to accept the financial. All in favor? Motion carries. Okay, do you have anything on the delinquency report or? Oh, that's all you have. Okay, so so I apologize, just looked at my agenda. Okay. Thank you, George. No report on the delinquency. Okay, so let's move on to the following on the football club, the soccer fields that we've assisted with, and Chip Bosley's here to give us a little bit of an update on that.
I'm Chip Bosley. I'm with AFC Benton. First, I want to thank y'all very much for your generous donation when we first got started. We got a lot of green grass growing out there, and so Parks and Rec went out and fertilized it this week. They've mowed it this week, and it looks beautiful. So I think in your package right now is a lighting plan or a bid for some lights. This one I'm not really embarrassed to bring to you like I was the first time. I didn't even want to mention the price, but anyway, we got with Dana Christian. She's with Elliott Electric Supply. She got some special pricing done on some lighting. In fact, if you look in your packet, it'll say special pricing. I mean, any of us can do the math and figure out what they cost each, but she didn't want to put it on there. She was supposed to be with us today, but she's got a kindergartner that went to school that ended up sick and had to get him from school and could not be here. So, we think this is a great opportunity to have brand-new LED lights that's enough to light all 3 fields. I got a call about a week and a half ago from First Electric Cooperative, the electric company, asked me, do you have your lights yet? We're ready to set poles, string wire, and put these up for you. And I said, no, sir, we don't have those yet. We'll contact you when we do. So they're still on board to get those in place and get them turned on for us. So I guess I would love to have your vote to accept this, and if you have any questions for me, I'd be happy to answer them.
So, we've already actually approved the 50,000.
Oh,
I was thinking we were talking about one field, but this is for 3 fields. Or this
Yes,
is
sir.
all- Well, this is even better.
this is even better. This is for all 3 fields. Yes, it was approved way back when we got our first money. This was all supposed to happen this past April. I just couldn't get it all together fast enough. And, but anyway, here we are today. And, so this is for all 3 fields. And we do have poles and First Electric on board to put everything up and make them work, for all 3 fields.
Yeah, First Electric is actually donating the poles. Is that correct?
No, actually, somebody else did.
Oh,
They wanted to be anonymous.
okay, we're good with that, but,
But if we
But they're
need one
free.
more, they're gonna donate another one.
okay.
Yes.
But we don't,
No.
it's just a, we'll miss it.
We've already approved the 50,000, so,
So we'll make a motion.
Steve, is that correct? Yeah. Okay. In, January, when we first did that, we approved the 50,000, initial money that we had with a contingent for 50,000 for assist with the lighting project. And in June, our June meeting, Luke Moody made a motion
Always.
to approve up to 50,000 for lighting to be paid from the focus group account directly to the vendor of the light. Yeah. And it was,
Approve up to
A lot of
50,000
money
towards lighting.
for-
So
so
at this point, we're just writing a check.
we're just writing, we're just writing the check at this point, so, for the specific. Okay, that's why.
Make a motion. For the 47,000.
Second? Second, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we're good to go.
Well, thank you
I
very
guess,
much. We really appreciate it. And if you have not driven down there, drive down there. The city has done a great job. There's a parking lot all cleaned out now, and it looks beautiful. down
Will we have some events this fall, hopefully, or is it
Oh.
too?
We will start in 2 weeks.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. We'll
we-
get some,
There's one field that is completely sodded. The ones that were sprigged are growing in. So we start in about 2 weeks on the one that's sodded. And I hope to have some tournaments at least on that one field that we have completely sodded, and the lights get to go on. Hopefully, she said it only takes about 10 days to get these in.
okay,
So as soon as she gets the check, then y'all can contact me when it's available. I get to her. We should have the lights in 10 days, and I only have to give First Electric 1 week's notice.
Amy. Hello? Amy, I know that comes out of the focus group account. Can we coordinate with Mandy, since Mandy's not here, to get that check cut? Oh, that's right, you have the focus group. Okay, we'll get that. Okay. Thank you, Amy. Okay, let's move on now to the report from the Benton Event Center with Nikki.
Okay, in your packet, you will find your report. We ended the July meeting with 1,017,209. In the last approximately 30 days, we've had 11 events. Just a few to highlight, we had the Arkansas DMLA Conference, which I should say is actually DMLA's and Rainbow Girls, which is the Masonic and the Eastern Star kind of youth groups. And it was over 1,600 people there. There were 400 people there every day for 4 days. So large group there. Then we went to, again, this year we had the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission wildlife officers. We had the Reform Me conference with 400 ladies, and then Duck Duck Goose. I'm sorry. So all total, 5,585, bringing us to 1,022,794. So, any questions? Actually, Rachel put out a press release, and there was an article last week, was it, in the Saline Courier talking about our 1 millionth guest. So, yes. So, just a quick update. They began on Monday for doing our new lighting programming. So that'll probably wrap up hopefully the end of next week. So yeah, so hopefully by next month, I'll be able to kind of give you a little update on how that's going. So.
Kind of a, excuse me, kind of a follow-up on that. I don't know how you do it, Mayor, sitting here. We had talked with Jordan. We have a lot of retained earnings in the operating account, so I would recommend that we, instead of pulling that large bill for the lighting out of savings, we go ahead and pay that out of the operating account for the event center. Do we need a motion, you think, to do that? Okay.
Make a motion, pull that money out.
Okay, all in favor of that? Aye. Motion carries.
I'm gonna make a motion. I'll bring it.
Okay, thank you, Nick, for the report. Okay, next is development of the 114 property. If anybody that's been out there has noticed, the Buc-ee's construction crew are really rolling out there. There's a big cloud of dust out there this morning that local resident told me about. Just excited to see all the construction going on. They are moving quickly. So the next phase for us, of course, is development of the RV park and the soccer complex. And we are still in the preliminary bidding stage for the dirt work on those two projects. So we had an initial bid out. It came in over budget. We decided to rebid that project to get it more in line with our budgetary amount that we have kind of penciled in for that project. So hopefully we'll give you a little bit more update at the next meeting. I think we are going to be sending out that bid process again at the end of this month. So hopefully we'll get some good numbers that we can share with the commission at that time. So, okay, moving on to old business, our A&P Marketing Committee. We got some exciting things to present to the commission today. So, Rachel, we're going to turn it over to you.
Keep in mind, this is still being developed, but he's our expert coder, and I will let him kind of preview that for you guys.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. So, yeah, in June, we got approval on the official logos and colors and tagline. Moved forward with a couple of design proofs, presented it to a smaller group. Got approval on that, and now we have developed the test site. So this is strictly just the form and functionality right now. It's all pretty much placeholder content. We have started to put some things in place, but you can see the examples of what the homepage will look like, what the menu structure would look like, what the drop downs would look like with little icons in them and things. And we have built out some sub pages that are just, again, just placeholders, just where the content will go. And we're working with Rachel to outline what content we need and how to format it. And then as we start to get, well, it's already rolling in, but as we're starting to look at it, we're, putting a marketing spin on it, asking questions, figuring out how to pull more of what we need, help with organization, readability, usability, get people where they need to be as quickly and easy as possible. And then obviously just keeping a marketing eye on what the content is. We, as the AMP Commission, we really want to focus on bringing people here, those HMR taxes built up. And so everything we do has to have a single point of truth for the most part with this website, which is getting people to come to Benton a little more often, stay a little longer, and do a few more things. And as we get better at understanding the content and understanding the strengths and even the pain points, we can start to continue to help modify what that message is. And the website's very organic. It shouldn't be a set it and forget it. So it'll be a thing that we're constantly trying to make better as long as you'll have us. But we'll have some fun things. We'll have an event calendar. We'll have a restaurant guide, which if that all comes to fruition, will be a really cool thing where people can search and sort by different amenities. So they might be able to see what kind of food it is, or if it has a patio, or if it serves alcohol, or if it's dog friendly or vegan, or whatever those we want those to be. We can control those, and then people can search and sort and filter. Should be fun. And then a news and an update section, which is, it's a blog is what it's called technically. And that's a place to continue to put new information, updates about what's going on. And it's really good for SEO, and I won't bore you because I could definitely bore you because I kind of geek out on it a little bit, but the SEO is how your website gets ranked in the search engines. So when someone's searching for something that you might want to be found for, the content on your site is what gets you ranked higher. So the better the content, the more content, the higher the rank, usually. And so that's the place where the site has the real ability to sort of win in the search engines. So that's an important feature, at least behind the scenes for getting ranked. But I think it looks great. Had a ton of help from a lot of different people, and it's a collaborative effort for sure. This will be a living, breathing test site. So as we start adding content, everybody can follow along if they want to and see what it's looking like. And of course, we're still, we've got a lot of good photography and some videos. This is to me, it's funny. I just grabbed some clip art and then I turned it with AI into a movie. So this is just a placeholder, obviously, but we're working on a cool little sizzle reel for the top of it. It's all original Benton stuff. So if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
What's the timeline for us going live with the site?
It's really going to be dependent on the content, but we're anticipating a late September, October. We really want to be live for the holiday seasons. It's kind of the big push for us. And then for, I don't know if I can, the Salt Bowl. Yeah, so at the Salt Bowl, Rachel will have some promotional materials and I'll have the web address printed on it because she's going to be able to reuse those materials in other future events. So it needs to have the web address. So we're thinking about putting like a kind of a coming soon, a fun little teaser. Come see what's next, and they really will. It may be a countdown to when we think it's going to be live. So there's some motion, some fun stuff on it. Social media icons. Rachel's set up the socials for you guys. And so I can't sing her praises enough. Honestly, it's great to work with. And my project director, who has no kind words for anybody, has said that she's one of the best content writers she's ever worked with. So thank you for Rachel. But that's it for now, and
Okay.
we'll keep you guys updated as things come online.
Well, appreciate the update
Right.
on it.
Thank you.
Rachel, do you have any more?
Yeah, so I will have a booth representing AMP at the tailgate, and the whole mission of that is just to get people to our social media, to get them signed up for our newsletter, and then to push them to the website. So I will be out there in the heat at the Salt Bowl. Excited about that.
Rachel, I know you're connected. Can you quickly show the rest of the group some of the social media stuff
Yeah,
that
I can
you've
pull
done?
the page up. Mhm.
Yeah, do you mind?
Yeah, I definitely can. We already have about 500, 600 followers
That's
just in a
great.
week. So it's
Wow.
exciting.
Stay in your lane.
This is just one example. Each day on Thursday evening, I'll be posting like your weekend lineup of everything going on in Benton, directing people to come out and do things like, so we had Amplify on there, a lot of big events. Of course, always want to promote things going on at the event center. So I'm just continuing to push this out and to follow the social media calendar and keep this rolling and building. So
I see them periodically. Have you done the first restaurant?
I haven't
Giveaway
done,
yet?
I did a back to school
did?
giveaway
Okay.
and it reached about 1,500 people.
Great.
So yeah, it was good. We had a good response. I think we had like 35 comments on there, kind of tagging different places. So it was good, but those will start rolling out too.
Gary, you can do that. Yeah, we'll put you in. You know, we need to set up Gary a Facebook profile. Yeah, your grandkids can help you with that. So I need all help I can get to, Gary, so don't feel bad. Okay, great report. Thank you for coming. And Rachel, thank you for all your hard work on this. So, okay, let's move on to, well, I guess the new business is the next meeting on September 10th. Is that good with everybody? Be the second Wednesday in September. I think we're all here. So we look forward to that. Yes, hopefully we're going to have an early fall this year, especially for soccer and everything. So, any other questions from anybody in the audience today?
Make a motion.
Do we have a second? Okay. All in favor? We are adjourned.